Being a Diablo Immortal beginner, one of the most important decisions you have to make is choosing the right class. This could be daunting for many since each class in this game is totally different from others in terms of abilities and playstyle. And since it essentially defines your experience in the game, choosing the right class is super important. And that is why, today, we are going to take a deep dive into classes and figure out which class suits you the best. And we are going to determine that based on your playstyle. So, even if you are a total beginner, or someone with experience, you can follow along to get a better idea of how to choose a class in Diablo Immortal. Class Basics. The first thing that we need to do is try and categorize all the classes according to their characteristics to determine which classes work best at distance, which classes are suited for close ranged combat, and which classes can do both. There are 6 different classes in Diablo Immortal: the Crusader, the Necromancer, Barbarian, Wizard, Monk, and the Demon Hunter. Each of these classes has its own unique skills and abilities that make them play out very differently from others. We have already talked in detail about each of these classes in a separate video. You can check that out if you want. But in this one, we are going to figure out how to choose the right class according to your playstyle, starting with Melee. Melee, close ranged combat. Now, if you are someone who thrives at melee combat, the best choices you have are Barbarian and Crusader. These two classes are super tanky. They can both dish out a lot of damage, and they also have some major area of effect attacks as well. Both of these classes also come packed with group buffs that are great for party play. However, there are certain things that make them different from each other. Barbarian compared to Crusader is very slow, which sometimes leaves them vulnerable to enemy attacks for an extended period of time. If you can only manage Barbarian's mobility cooldowns, you can definitely do a lot of damage. Now, Crusader in comparison with the Barbarian is very fast, but the problem with Crusader is that it's not good at single target attacks, which allow important targets to easily escape his wrath. Both of these classes are great at melee combat, but which one should you go for? Honestly, it all just comes down to personal preference. But if you are looking for a class that also works great in PvP, I'm a little biased towards Crusader. Help our content spread all over YouTube and hit that like button. Ranged combat. Now, if melee is not really your style and you like to destroy your enemies while keeping a safe distance, your best bet is Demon Hunter. They are exceptionally good at ranged attacks with one of the highest single enemy DPS of all the classes in the game. But that's not all. Demon Hunters also have decent mobility, which, combined with their ability to weave their powerful attacks into their movements, keeps them mobile and increases their survivability. This is something that makes Demon Hunter stand out from other ranged classes in Immortal. However, one of the major drawbacks of Demon Hunters is that they are super fragile and can easily be taken down when stuck in a sticky situation. This is why Demon Hunter is not a beginner-friendly class. It requires a lot of practice and experience to get it right. But once you do, this class is definitely the best for ranged playstyle. Hybrid. Lastly, we are going to talk about class choices that are good at both ranged and melee combat. And for this playstyle, I think Necromancer is the one to go with.
Have no mercy.
You also have Monk for this playstyle, but I think Necromancer offers a wider range of abilities when it comes to playing hybrid. Necromancers have a full range of magical abilities that they can use in both melee and ranged combat. They can summon minions to do their bidding, grow powerful bone armor to increase survivability, cast spells to control the battlefield, and so much more. This class is super durable and can be used in almost every aspect of the game, as it's powerful in both single and multi-target attacks. But their most powerful weapon also happens to be their worst weakness. They heavily rely on their minions, which can sometimes be unreliable due to their AI. And this resource-dependent nature can also leave them exposed to enemy attacks if not properly managed. Nevertheless, Necromancer is your best bet if you like playing both roles at once. This is the most resilient class in the game, which also works great for beginners. Do you love Diablo Immortal? Check out this video!